2011 Mississippi flooding. The weather patterns that caused the flooding. So the Mississippi River floods occurred in 2011 from late April to May. The late winter and early spring of 2011 contained large amounts of rain and snow melting from the intense winter season. Both of these factors contributed to the swelling of the Mississippi River in April, which led to it overflowing and flooding by later that month. Additionally, another factor that caused this river to flood was a tornado super outbreak of 2011, which was a series of tornadoes that came through the southern, eastern, and central regions of the U.S., causing a lot of damage. These tornadoes caused the Mississippi River, as well as other rivers, to overflow. Large amounts of rain, large amounts of snowmelt, and a historical number of tornadoes that tore through the country all played a factor in the Mississippi River floods in 2011.
Magnitude of the flooding in time and space. The flooding occurred from late April to May in 2011. The water that overflowed the Mississippi River system submerged thousands of square miles of residential and agricultural areas. Illinois, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana all experienced flooding during this time. On May 8, 2011, several locations in these states were declared as federal disaster areas. As of now, uncertainty remains on whether or not climate change will bring more drought or more intense rainfall, and when. However, it is certain that there will be impacts that affect a lot of people in the Mississippi River watershed if climate change gets worse. A major culprit in the devastations of these floods are from the levees. Experts say that many levees have failed or will fail, and when they fail, it causes the water to flow very forcefully onto the land. Winged dams also play a role in flooding because they are made to make channels deeper. The deeper the water, the faster the flow, which means greater flooding can occur. Agriculture and other human development can also affect flooding.
Some of the societal and economic impacts of the flooding include surging water over the Mississippi riverbank submerged thousands of square miles of agricultural and residential land. This devastating flooding also came from purposely diverted water from large settlements through the blasting of levees and the opening of spillways. Counties in several states have already been declared federal disasters. The severe flooding of the Mississippi River in the central and southern states has caused widespread damage across the region. This 2011 Mississippi River flood was the most damaging along the river since 1993. Also, thousands of homes were ordered evacuated, over 1,300 in Memphis and more than 24,500 in Louisiana and Mississippi combined. There were some people who disregarded the mandatory evacuation orders. DMV found 262,555 businesses within the 4 states had worse than average financial outlook, making it even more difficult to recover from the flooding. And the direct and indirect economic impacts on the states most impacted by the flooding are not yet fully known, although those hit the hardest by the flood were Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, and Tennessee.
Some strategies used after the flooding. One of the things were levees. These levees are what helped the floodwaters not devastate towns/cities as bad as the flooding could have. The levees were broken, which then caused the water to go more into farmland, which destroyed hundreds of thousands of acres. Although levees can still cause damage, they are a useful tool to direct water from heavily populated areas to less populated areas in order to save human lives. This is one of the reasons why the levees were broken and which caused the water to go more into the farmland. Yes, it destroyed lots of acres, but it saved a lot of human lives. After the 2011 flood, many homes and businesses were evacuated and abandoned due to them being inhabitable until they could be gutted and redone completely. A vital grain shipping port in Mississippi was shut down due to the floods and later reopened, but on specific hours of operation. All aspects of life were affected by this flood.
And finally, these are our sources.